Hello, welcome back to Core Finance. I'm Matt Brown. I'm joined by Eddie Tofpik, Head of FX at ADMISI. We're going to look at three currencies to kick off with. Starting with, well, dollar yen. We obviously had the rate hike last night. And how's dollar yen reacted to that?
Well, as you can see, the run up to it, the yen has had a move quite strongly, and it's still in that formation. I was a bit surprised it went over that 113.5, which was basically the high of the previous shoulder, but it's not really managed to close above it. It had two closes, and the last one is 2 days ago was an indecisive doji cross, higher high, lower low, and basically closing at the same level. So consequently, we've now moved down since then. It's not really followed through as such. You know, we're sort of fairly stable, but we're below a significant Fibonacci level at 112.98. It now comes down to the next levels of support, and the next one is going to be the long and the medium moving average. They're around about 111.69 and 111.68, really, really close together. So if we go down to that, that's where we're going to see some support. The one after that is the nearby 50% Fibonacci level, which is about 111.06 or something like that, which you can just see just creeping over the 111 line. That's if we carry on with the shoulder, and that's really, really significant that we do carry on that, and that actually forms that. Otherwise, this whole action, September to date, is just a waste of time, and it'll be something else.
Yes.
I'm not quite sure what, but it'll be something potentially more bullish. But it's very, very key that we get below the 111.60 area, have at least two consecutive closes, preferably three, to see if we can then have a crack at the 111.0205 or whatever it is area, and then it'll be the neckline, and then that's it, the shoulder's formed, and we can really have a good crackdown. I mean, you're really ultimately looking somewhere sub 110 on this move, if this happens. But we're in the last stages, and it's whether this actually follows through or not.
Let's watch out for that. And moving on, let's have a look at the Aussie dollar. We're a downward trend channel. We're outside it still.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
I left that downward trend channel just purely to show you it has been busted. If you took, let's say, Friday's action rather than Monday's action, which was very, very close to it, and included it in this week, and we close at this particular level, we'd have a key reversal up on a weekly chart. We're now having a test up to the long moving average, which is the first resistance at 76.92. Then we have the next area, which is the medium moving average, which is at 77.99 or just under 78. And at 78.12, we have the 50% fib. Those are the three target levels on the top side. Let's see if they get there, because this move down is now finished. We are now on the way up. Between 76.92 and 77.99, we're neutral. We're not necessarily going up or down. We're just recovering from this big move down that we've had. It's whether we close above 78.12, which will decide the move.
Very key. Finally, we're going to have a look at the South African rand. Obviously, trading around these moving averages here, and you've got the fib levels in as well potential support. What is this doing now? Is this a downward move? Can we test the lower averages?
I think it's still a downward move, but you've got to take into account that it's basically jumping from former support areas, which are now forming resistance, down to the next area. There are gaps of area in the market. In this particular instance, between 13.65 and about 13.47, there's fairly free air. In fact, probably about 13.53, because that's where the medium moving average is. Now we're testing the next area of support, and there's quite a lot of it, and it's stretching from 13.47.60 down to 13.43.17. If we close below that, let's say 2, ideally 2, but if we close below that, the long moving average of 13.33 is under threat. Now, there are obviously fundamental factors with this weekend coming up, with the ANC Congress, Cyril Ramaphosa, who is likely at this particular point potentially be the next leader of the ANC and de facto president-elect at some point if the ANC get in. This looks more likely as also to help the rand. And I'm adding a little bit of fundamental to the technical. But at this particular point, it is trending down, it's moving down nicely. Really, you could have got nothing really once you get below that till about 13.20.
Good stuff. Well, in the meantime, Eddie, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.